if you want to watch the second movie for some reason for yourself, it is on Peacock right now. Um, I wanted to watch it simply because the first movie was a fun bad. It was fun. It was at least somewhat entertaining. At least somewhat had a plot. At least you could follow along with it and make fun of it. Can't say the same for this movie. They throw the plot of the first movie pretty much out the window. Disregard a lot of the first movie. Um, they bring Piglet back just for him to immediately die. He gets a brand new design, shows up, has some voice lines, even though the first movie had the whole they vowed to never talk again because they ate Eeyore. Um, so fucking yeah, no. Piglet talks for like two lines maybe in this movie and then gets his head blown off with a shotgun by random strangers. Not even Christopher Robin, random strangers. And he's just dead. The rest of the movie it's mainly Pooh and occasionally Owl. He mainly just does boring monologues through the movie. His design was pretty ass. He had a decent kill in the beginning of the movie. He has like a kill where he like spits acid on this random guy that Christopher Robin had like one or two scenes with, and now we're supposed to feel bad for that guy because him and Christopher Robin were apparently friends. I don't like this movie. It's just so fucking stupid. Um, Tigger's here. I liked his introduction. Um, a cop says, "Fuck it, let's bounce," and then Tigger says, "Hey, that's my line," and then he kills the fuckers. I think that works pretty well. The rest of the movie, he just not acts like a knockoff Freddy Krueger. He's not very entertaining. Um, the actor doesn't do the greatest job to portray Tigger. He had one really cool kill where he goes absolutely ham on this girl wearing an angel costume. But I can't say much for Tigger's performance in this movie. And I really wanted Owl to die. I did not like him. Um, there's a random scene of these two people bird watching. Of course, it's an owl scene. The owl dives down and kidnaps the dad and just, I guess, leaves the kid alone. We never see that kid again. Just randomly inserted scene. I also hate how much they eviscerate the bodies, even though they supposedly need the bodies to eat. It's just so stupid. Um, they're mad that they're seen as villains. Have you seen the shit you do? Um, from the friction of the car, Winnie the Pooh's fucking chainsaw gets set on fire in one scene. It's, I guess, supposed to be cool. I didn't think it was really cool. I just thought it was kind of dumb. We find out this backstory. We get to see more of Christopher Robin's parents. That was actually one of my first questions in this movie before they had even mentioned that he had parents. Like, I had paused it pretty early on and I was like, I wonder where Christopher Robin's parents were during his childhood if he was always hanging around with fucking, Pooh and shit. Apparently his parents just didn't know. That's their best explanation. Um, Pretty stupid. And though the reasoning of the first movie was that they only started eating like people and shit and they were forced to eat Eeyore because Christopher Robin and shit, he wasn't around. He wasn't around to feed them anymore. He wasn't around to sneak out table scraps and feed them. Um, so that's the reason why they went crazy and had to eat Eeyore. Well, fucking, they show in this movie a young Winnie the Pooh clearly eating something that is more human like, or at least just, maybe a small animal. He has blood on his face and he's holding an organ in his hand. So, like, he was clearly killing things before, Christopher Robin left. So they just decided to become helpless later down the line? I don't get it. We have this dumb plot twist that apparently Pooh is Christopher Robin's brother that got experimented on by this crazy guy. And the crazy guy had hired some guy that had debts. to go kidnap some kids, and to pay off his debts, he kidnapped some kids. Now, if you're thinking that's crazy, their best explanation on why this guy kidnapped children because he has debts was because one of his friends had got killed by the same people because he had debts. So he thinks if he doesn't get his debt paid off, he's gonna die. So he kidnaps some kids. Um, they get experimented on, and that's how we got Winnie the Pooh and the gang. And apparently, they have regeneration abilities. So that means, um, they actually have an explanation on why these fuckers don't die, unlike most horror characters. I don't care though. And does that mean that they can't regenerate from some things? Because I'm assuming Eeyore was one of these half hybrid things too. Can he not regenerate from being eaten? But they can be regenerated from losing their entire fucking brain? Um, because Piglet lost his entire head. Not part of it, his entire head, and he's regenerating at the end of the movie. Him and Pooh are regenerating at the same time too, even though he died in the very beginning of the movie and Pooh dies at the very end. Kinda odd. Owl and Tigger are the only ones left standing. They just kind of fuck off. We don't get like a big fight with Christopher Robin killing all of them. It's just he has a brief moment with Tigger, and he shoots Tigger with a gun, not even a lethal way. He just kind of barely glazes him, grazes him, I mean, and then Tigger just runs away. I thought he was going to fight Tigger now. Apparently not. They have like this scene I guess they just ran out of budget for. I think that's the only explanation, or they forgot about it. Because Owl was chasing one of the characters that he's like friends with or whatever, another friend that was introduced in this movie that somehow survives till the end. She's being chased down by Owl in a gliding shot. At first you may think it's a bird, but it's Owl following her van. He never attacks her. Never. I guess they just ran out of budget or forgot about it. And yeah, the final takedown, he kills Pooh, and Pooh says, "Oh bother." I guess they decided that his one line in this movie was going to be the one they should have gave him in the first movie. I guess they heard the fan backlash. This movie's just really terrible. I may watch the third one if they make a third one, but I don't know. I thought the first movie was a fun bad. It didn't really make sense, but it was at least fun and had a sensible plot. This one's all over the place. They throw in Christopher Robin's family. They obviously get killed, all but his little sister. So, on top of that, that means Pooh killed his parents, technically, in this movie. He just killed his mom and dad. I guess they're just going to gloss over that. And the dad doesn't even get a proper kill. He goes downstairs and screams. They showed the mom's body a bunch of times, and we had seen her kill happen. But they, do this scene where they do show his body, but you gotta be, a super quick pauser to see that shit. So, yeah, pretty dumb movie. Did not really care for it. If they had all taken a vow not to speak, why the fuck is Owl speaking this entire movie? Why did Piglet talk for a few lines? It's just really dumb. Everybody thinks Christopher Robin's a murderer now. Even though, he was visibly tortured. He had got fucking Eeyore's tail thing that has a nail sticking out of it slashed across his back a bunch of times in the first movie. But no, yeah, he definitely killed all those people. Very weird. It's just really, really stupid.